Well, welcome to Tuesday Talks, round two. What I love about this journey is it's constantly learning. So I went full steam into my presentation and it wasn't even recording. So here we are again, and I have checked that it is recording. So thumbs up. Margherita, you're a legend. So Tuesday Talks, folks. This is a place where we can grow, filling our souls, not letting the little things stop us, and ensuring that we grow into solution seekers. It's a place where there's a culture of progress as opposed to competition and comparison, because we all know a rising tide lifts all ships, and that's where we want to be, isn't it? It's a place where we get to realize that we are better today than we were yesterday. And so today I'm going to talk to you about planting seeds, tomato seeds. How's that? So, when we are wanting to change something, to maybe rebuild ourselves, as I was wanting to do after my life changing crises, I want to liken it and help you picture planting a tomato seed, or planting tomato seeds. We first of all weed the patch, don't we, to make sure that it's receptive to the seed. We plant the seed and then we nurture it, and then we wait for it to grow, continuing with the weeding, continuing with the nurturing, the watering, the fertilizing, until finally there's a tiny shoot. And when that tiny shoot arrives, you don't go and stomp on it, do you? You don't go bang, 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 bang on it. Why not? Because you are wanting more from it, aren't you? And that's just like us. As we are growing and changing, it is so important to recognize each tiny, tiny little step forward and to congratulate yourself. You don't have to reward yourself, but just say, yes, well done, job well done. So I want to share with you, yesterday I had some friends, they he cut down a dead tree which was close to the house and needed expertise in doing so, and he had that. So he and his family arrived, and I had to make a decision as to where all these bits of wood were going to go. And I had the tractor there with the trailer, and I thought, gee whiz, by the time we cart it, throw it over the fence into the tractor trailer, take it down to the spot that I had picked out, unload it, that is so much energy. And I stood and pondered, and I thought, wow, I need a rocky place. I need a place that's close to the house because I can then connect hoses. And what can I? And it needs it needs to be rocky and not on grass. Anyway, I thought and thought and thought, and I finally found the place, and I made the decision to build it there. Well, it was such a wise decision, and as we progressed, and it my so sorry, we were going downhill, so dragging the limbs, etc., downhill to this spot, and each time I was going down, I'm thinking, Margherita, that was such an awesome decision. Well done. And it was, and it's stacking small successes on top of the other. Just like when our tomato plant comes up slowly and we can see the small shoots, we rejoice, but we continue with the nurturing, the fertilizing, and the watering until finally there's fruit on the vine, on the plant. And that's our journey. It's not instant gratification. It takes time. It takes time to change that 90% of subconscious that is here. Remember the iceberg? 90% is subconscious and 10% is conscious. And if you're like me, over time, and my gosh, there's 60 plus years here we're talking about, there's been a lot of unconscious negativity being thrown into that subconscious. So there's a lot of shedding of past negativity to work through. Anyway, I trust that you are able to liken your progress and stop, pause, and reflect that it does take time, that it's not going to happen overnight. But given consistent practice and application of congratulating yourself, of acknowledging your success and your progress, you will get there. God bless. Have a great day.